During a trip to Italy this summer, I found myself very close to the Begali Key Factory, the Telegraphic Key Factory. Begali's keys are designed and manufactured by Piero Begali, I2RTF. He happens to be the winner of 2019 Technical Achievement Award, and his keys have become world famous for their uniqueness, quality, precision, and ease of operation. The Begali Factory is located in the area of Brescia. It's a historic industrial area that produces a lot of metal parts for cars, guns, and machinery. It's kind of the cradle of that type of production, of specifically guns. The Beretta family, which is a 500-year-old family, their guns are produced in this area as well as many other places. I was met by Piero and his daughter Bruna. The outside of the factory was somewhat inconspicuous, but the inside was a wealth of ideas, creations, collections, and family life. I was shown drawers of precise drawings, designs, and measurements that underline each product made. The factory equipment was industrial grade, some computer driven, regularly calibrated, and that guarantees every product's perfection. This was no tabletop operation. This was the real thing. Mr. Begali was calibrating a tool with a friend he works with, and I was able to capture a video of that.
Non c'è batteria.
No, è sarà spento la
Non c'è
corrente.
batteria?
È spenta la corrente.
E misura fino a 5 millesimi di millimetro.
5?
Millesimi di millimetro.
5,000 millimeters. 5,000 millimeters.
There were drawers and bins of parts awaiting completion and customer demand, which assures that prompt delivery can occur. Bruna explained the paddle components to me using a demonstration paddle. Essentially, they are heavy-based. They're made with levers, bearings, matched magnets, gold contacts, and the exteriors are polished in multiple different colors. There are no springs involved with Begali keys.
So you can see the magnet here,
Okay.
the bearing,
Oh, yeah, the bearings. Yeah,
Yes.
the bearings and the magnets, yes. Oh, okay.
Non me lo ricordavo.
Sì, capisco.
we just made 2 pieces only.
Yeah, you need to have one to display.
Yeah.
Cabinets of reserve inventory are in several areas of the factory, and there are various models that are ready for shipment. These were my 2 favorite telegraphic keys. They're kind of like works of art. The sculpture has a more industrial look. The signature is more colorful. The spirit of our hobby is alive and well at Begali. There are two stations in the factory. This is one of them. The other is in another area from here. Note the intrepid semi-automatic bug sitting on the desk. Mr. Begali has been and is an avid DXer. As I discussed things with the family and friends and Mr. Begali, I found that he was a man of many, many interests. He's an avid reader. I understand he has a 10,000 book collection. He's a book collector, and I'll show you one of his Marconi examples. He's an author. He likes to experiment, and we have we saw a couple experiments just with a spark gap and a generator. He's a very skillful linguist. Over meals, he spoke a couple of Italian dialects, which I didn't quite understand. He also enjoys poetry. He's authored a poem, and he speaks spontaneously. Above all, he's a teacher. He enjoys explaining his hobby and his product. The rare Marconi edition that he possesses is one of only a few. If you notice on the right side, 5-letter code groups are used by the telegraphers to represent words or short phrases. As a point of history, the Marconi Wireless Corporation of America was established in 1899, and following many evolutions, it was acquired by GE. One of our little demonstrations was a, quote, modern spark gap transmitter. Mr. Begali made this out of a spark machine that you'd normally light a fireplace with, and also with a receiver that was a diode with LEDs. As he measures everything else, he measured the frequency as is demonstrated on the right side. Okay.
Aspetta.
Mr. Begali also made a generator, which he demonstrated to Lynn by lighting a small tube with fluid, and it creates a pressure and then a vacuum, and it turns a wheel.
L'aria che si contrae.
Sì. Sì.
I got it.
Hot air. L'aria expands.
Expand and push and pull.
Sì. Interessante.
See.
Comprendo.
A history note is that in 1629, Giuseppe Branca designed a turbine that evolved into the present steam engines. Mr. Begali's book is called The Story and Stories of Radio. It's totally in Italian, and I haven't been able to dig into it. Throughout the day, Italian warmth and hospitality was present. I would say hospitality involves wine, food, conversation, laughter, and inclusivity. So we did start shortly after we got there, and the tour was kind of mixed with a variety of food, wine, and laughter. If you notice on the table, a sculpture key is sitting. Lynn and I first thought that the aperitivo, which is common in Italy and it involves a light wine, light foods, cheese, chips, bread, maybe some meat. We thought we were eating lunch. But it turns out that after we walked around the factory a little while, we were shuffled off in a car with Fabrizio, a friend of Piero, IK2UIQ, to a local restaurant, the La Campanola, where we had a delicious Italian lunch. The restaurant was filled with workers that are all in this kind of machinery industry. After a siesta, we returned to the factory and had dinner, courtesy of Fabrizio and his wife Anna. They are both high-speed telegraphers and both medal winners in 2014. The night rolled on, and Mr. Begali recited some poetry, and we all just talked and had fun. In conclusion, Lynn and I had an exciting visit that began at 10 a.m. and ended after midnight. And more importantly, we really discovered a man of great talent. He lives simply and happily with his family, friends, and his profession. He's an artisan who makes innovative, perfect, telegraph keys. When I returned, people were asking, "What'd you get? What'd you get?" Well, the big question that was the big question that I was asked. Yes, I bought a Sculptor Mono. It was too bulky to carry it along through the rest of our vacation that followed our visit, so it arrived in the mail shortly after we returned. It was personally signed by Piero, and I have it set up in my station, and I find it very happy there. I want to give some credits to people: Albert W5AFD, Chuck N5HZ, my grandson Connor, and Tom Kelly AB6Z. They all helped me with this vacation and this demonstration of our experience that I'm happy to share with you.